Hey City Youth, how are you all? I hope you're doing really well. I hope you're enjoying the sun as much as I am. I'm in the garden on a swing, which is something I haven't done in years, and my bum is definitely too big for the seat now, so I'm going to try and keep this video short before I get too uncomfortable. Yeah, loving the sunshine. Last night me and Ella went and we met my sister on the Downs for a socially distanced ooey takeaway burger, a greasy cheeseburger and fries, and we just had such a laugh hanging out in the sun, and it was probably the most normal I've felt in months, the closest to normal life since lockdown started. And I think with the announcements from the government as well recently that it isn't going to be long before we're seeing a few more friends and family and things, doing a bit more stuff than we haven't been able to do, I do really feel positive at the moment, quite optimistic that you know, we're on the way out of this lockdown and turned a corner in terms of COVID. And yeah, just really looking forward to seeing all of you guys eventually when that happens. I know I speak on behalf of all the leaders when I say that I'm buzzing to catch up again on a Friday night and hang out and have a laugh with you, play some silly games. But for now, just encourage you, well done for sticking with lockdown for the past few months. Keep going. It's not going to be long before we can be back to a little bit closer to normal life. Now, I don't know about how you guys have all been doing in lockdown in terms of sort of what you've been worrying about and what you've been scared about, but for me, at the start of it, most of it was, you know, I was worried about my health, my family's health, my job, financial security, and worried about relationships and friendships and things as well. And at the start of lockdown, I was really prayerful about all of those things. And as I've sort of been feeling more, you know, comfortable and happy about those things in this last week, I've just reflected quite a lot on my prayer life. And God has really challenged me in that I think I tend to pray quite a lot of those prayers about myself, asking God to do things for me, to help me out. And anything I've ever been worried about in my life, exams or, you know, whatever it is that I've been nervous about and worried about, when it actually come to it, it's never been as bad as my fears would have me think it's going to be. It's never been as bad as I've been worried about it. And so once it's been and passed, I kind of forget all of that worrying. I forget all of the anxiety, and I forget all of that praying that I did about that. I forget to say thanks to God. And I've been really challenged this week to be more grateful, to be more thankful, and to be praying more prayers like that to God. I think if I look at my prayer life, you know, as a pie chart, if you like, what size slices do I give things that I want for me, and how much of a slice do I give giving thanks to God? How big a slice of that pie chart is worship, is giving back to God? You know, and it's not just worries that I tend to pray for that tend to dominate what I pray for. It's things that I want. You know, and I don't know if any of you find that, but I challenge you this week just to assess what you're praying about. If you've never prayed before, that's fine. But I'd encourage you to maybe start, or to reach out to a youth leader or one of your friends at youth on Friday and ask what it's all about. If you do regularly pray, you're comfortable with it, I encourage you, think about what you're praying for. Break down your prayers into this pie chart and see how big a slice you're praying for yourself, and how big a slice is it that you're giving back to God. Jim Carrey, the general funny man, made some great films. He once said he wished everybody could have everything they ever wanted, to be rich and famous, and then they'd realise that wasn't the answer. Now, I'm far too predictable. You already know where I'm going with this. Here at City Youth, we believe that Jesus is the answer. And when you look at this sort of pie chart of your prayers, when you've been given the answer to everything you ever wanted, the comfort to all of your worries and all of your anxieties, we've been given free access to that in Jesus. We've been given access to a life with our Heavenly Father, a life without guilt, a life without shame. How much of that is reflected in your prayer life? Do you find that you're still praying for a Ferrari and a six-pack, lots of friends at school and 1,000 followers on TikTok? How much of your prayer life is dedicated back to Jesus in worship? I haven't got this right. I'm just saying what God has really challenged me to be like this week. I thought I'd share that with you, and maybe you want to take up that challenge as well. I really look forward to catching you up on Friday night on our Zoom call. And if any of you want to share anything that you've been praying about from here until then, we'd love to hear it. And until then, God bless, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.